So this is just a follow on now from our joint mobility and our grounding phase that I may have sent on to you already. If you haven't got it, just give me a shout and I'll send it on. So we're just going to start where we left off pretty much. We're going to start in a reclining position. So we're lying back on the mat and we're going to work our way through now to just warm ourselves up a little bit more. So these are all very good. You could do this every single day and you're going to get benefit from them. So just go for it in your own time. Again, you can hold things longer than what I'm doing. This is literally just a demonstration for you, just to talk you through it and just to remind you the steps in case you do forget. So we'll start on our back. We're just going to bring the knees up to the chest. So just flatten the shoulder blades on the back, both knees coming up towards the chest, and just hold in here for a few breaths, just relaxing down. Just starting to rock side to side. Just massaging the spine underneath us again, nice and gently. We're just going to keep our right knee up and just bring that left leg down. Again, just bring both hands around the knee, just draw the knee up towards the chest, pushing it out through that straight leg out in front, the heel of the straight leg. We're just going to bring that left hand now onto our right knee, right hand down along the mat next to us, keeping both shoulder blades flat on the floor, shoulders on the floor. Take a nice big deep breath in. And as we exhale slowly, then just allowing that right knee to come over towards that left side. And then we're just going to look over towards the right side then. So you're getting a nice spinal twist here as we're lying back on the mat. Lovely. And just as we inhale, then just bringing that knee back to center, bringing that right hand onto the right knee, and just bringing in some rotation there, opening up the hip. And clockwise and anti-clockwise, just balancing everything out. Lovely. On the next exhale, then just slowly bringing that foot back down onto the mat, and we'll draw up that left knee, bringing both hands around the left knee, draw the knee up towards the chest. We're just going to bring our right hand onto our left knee, left hand along the mat next to us, shoulder blades flat on the mat, keeping your shoulders on the mat. Take a nice big deep breath in. And as you exhale, then just allowing that left knee to come over towards that right side. And then looking over towards the left side, keeping both shoulders on the floor. And as we inhale, just bringing that knee back to center again. Bringing the left hand onto the left knee and just opening up that hip again, just loosening up that area. And again, clockwise and anti-clockwise. And we'll just bring both knees then one by one up towards the chest. Both hands around the knees, just rocking side to side. So again, you can stay here as long as you want yourself. You might want to go again on both sides, and if you want to do that, that's absolutely fine. So from here then, we're just going to roll over onto our right side. And this time then, we're just going to bring ourselves onto our side. And this is a nice way to stretch out the thigh muscles here, the quad muscles on the front of the leg. So you can either stay with your elbow under the shoulder, or you can come down onto your shoulder if you find it's hard on your shoulder when you're up on the elbow. So we're just going to then bend that top leg, holding onto the foot, or even the pants if you can't hold onto the foot at the moment. Keeping your the knees hip distance apart, shoulder blades together at the back, and then just pushing out then through the hips, trying to bring the heel towards the bum at the back, and again just relaxing into it. So pause whenever you need to inhale here, and as you exhale then just slowly checking to see if you can bring the heel towards the bum. So everything is nice and slow and gentle when we're doing this. Brilliant. Just taking a big deep breath in, and as we exhale, just slowly releasing that foot. So I'm going to turn around onto the other side now, and we're going to do the same thing again. So I'll just show you from the back what it's looking like. So again, just going into whatever position is comfortable for you. You're going to stack everything one on top of another. You're going to keep, if you are on your elbow, just keeping that shoulder nice and strong so you're not caving down into the mat. Keeping it nice and strong. We're going to bend that top leg, holding onto the foot. Push the hips forward, shoulder blades together at the back. And just hold in here when you take a big deep breath in. And as you exhale, just slowly bringing the heel closer towards the bum. Trying to keep the knees hip distance apart the whole time. Brilliant. And just releasing that foot then when you're ready. Again, you can spend longer there if you want to yourself, but just for the sake of the demonstration, I'm not staying too long in it. So the next then is our table pose. So we're coming onto our hands and our knees. Your wrists are going to be underneath your shoulders. Spread your fingers as much as you can. So middle fingers are pointing straight ahead and they're parallel like train tracks. Knees underneath your hip bones, pointing the toes straight back behind and flattening down those shins onto the floor, those fronts of the feet on the floor. So you may not be able to necessarily keep all parts of the front of the leg on the floor. We're just trying to root down with whatever we can here. Just looking down in between both hands then, keeping your tummy nice and strong, keeping that alignment from the crown of the head to the tailbone, a nice straight line throughout. So just breathe nice and deeply, nice and effortlessly. And from here then, just to help to stabilize the hips and to concentrate on keeping the core nice and strong and the hips still, we're going to come into what's called our bird dog. So keep the hips where they are. You're going to bring up your right arm and you're going to bring up your left leg. So again, planting down that foot that's touching off the floor. You're keeping your hips still, so you don't want that hip to rise up with the leg. You want to keep the hips where they were when you had the knee on the floor. So bringing that leg back behind and the arm out in front. As you exhale, slowly bringing them back down again. As you inhale, bringing up opposite sides. So again, not letting that hip come up, you're keeping them down facing the floor. So just one more time then. I'm going to inhale and bring opposite sides up, and with the exhale we'll bring them down, and the opposite side to finish, and down. Then we're going to come into our cat and our counter cat. So as we exhale, you're going to curl the back up towards the ceiling, look through the feet of the back. And as we inhale, draw the belly button down, send the bum up behind, shoulder blades down your back, looking straight ahead at the wall in front of you. Exhaling, curl the back up towards the ceiling. Inhale, draw the belly button down, shoulder blades down the back, bum up, looking straight ahead. And just back to center again. So again, you can flow with that as long as you want. On the next exhale, we're either going to keep the feet where they are, sit back onto the heels, straighten out your arms. It's like the fingertips are pushing the mat away from you, and just either looking down at the floor, or if you feel like you can rest your forehead down. Just make sure we're not hanging the neck, that we have the alignment of the neck and the spine in the same alignment. Now, everyone is different, so if you need to, you can take those knees wide apart, bring the big toes together, sitting back onto the heels, arms are straight, and resting down. So again, it's like the fingertips are pushing the mat away from you to sit the bum down onto the floor. Brilliant. From here then, to get a side stretch, we can walk the hands over towards one side and resting the head down or just looking down at the mat. Bring them back to center again and over to the other side. And back to center again. So again, you can rest the forehead down on the floor as long as the neck is nice and long in line with the spine. If you feel like you're way away from the actual floor, you can get a cushion or you can get any sort of prop to just rest the forehead down on that prop to keep that length in the back of the neck. It's totally fine as well for that. So the next then, what we're doing is our Cobra. So with our Cobra, we're going to come down onto the floor, onto our tummies. Toes are pointing straight back behind. You're going to bring your hands down to chest height and then out to the side. So the middle fingers are pointing straight ahead. Index finger is on the outside of that shoulder. And you're going to tuck your elbows close in by your ribs. Keep the toes pointing back. Shoulder blades together, looking down at the mat. As we inhale, it's like we're pushing the mat away from us. There's a floor away from us. Keeping the shoulder blades together and keep the belly button on the floor. Keep planting down those feet. If you like, we can start to flow with this. So as we exhale, we can lower the chest down. And as we inhale, we can come up. Brilliant. So just coming down then, we're going to come up now into a seating position. And we're going to do our seated folding forward bend, so great for the hamstrings. So as we sit on the mat then, the legs are out in front. We're going to try to make sure that our sit bones, the bony parts of the bum underneath, the weight is evenly distributed and we're rooting down onto those sit bones. So the toes are coming back towards us, shoulder blades together at the back. So we're not rounding here, we're keeping the back nice and straight, and it's like the crown of the head is coming up towards the ceiling, being drawn up by a piece of string. From here then, we're going to get that right foot and we're just going to place it up against the left leg. Anywhere along the left leg except for up against the knee joint. You don't want to push into the knee joint at all. So with this then, if you need, you can place a cushion underneath this hanging knee here, or you can just hold it where it is. And from here then, we'll come into our folding forward bend. So we're going to bring the hands up on the inhale, and as you exhale, chest is coming forward, allowing the hands to come down. Hold in here. So the movement is coming from your hips only. You're keeping the back nice and straight, tummy nice and strong, drawing back the toes out in front. You pause whenever we need to inhale again. And on the exhale, just checking to see if we can hinge a little bit more into it from the hips. Dipping the chin slightly towards the chest, give the length in the back of the neck. Just holding here as long as you want to. When you're coming out then, we're going to inhale, bring the hands up. And exhaling, bringing the hands down. Bringing that right foot out in front. We'll do the opposite side then. Because I'm conscious of the fact that, you know, you can stay here as long as you want. You can literally go over to the next side now. And I'm just going to show you the next pose, which is our half spinal twist. So you're going to bring your right foot up and over the left leg. You're going to keep those toes coming back out in front on that straight leg. You're straightening up the body. When it's that right knee out in front, you bring your left hand onto the right knee, your right hand back to the right side. You're going to keep looking ahead, taking a big deep breath in. And as we exhale, just twist from the waist over towards the right side. And then just allowing the head to follow, keeping the shoulder blades together, sitting nice and tall, and just relaxing into it.
Brilliant. Taking a big deep breath in, and as we exhale, just twisting back around to center, bringing the right hand onto that knee, left hand to the left side, and as we exhale, twisting over towards the left for that counter twist. Pause here, take a big deep breath in, and as we exhale, coming back around, just releasing those legs. You're going to do the opposite side then, so when you're bringing up your left knee, your right hand will come onto your left knee and you're twisting to the left side. So I'm just going to leave it with that at the moment, and we will be doing a little bit more obviously after this, but for now I think that'll be good, even just for the next few days, just to concentrate on those little bits for yourself. Alright, thank you.